We back. Yes, we back. We bad. We're the type of people that don't lock up our bike at the bike stand. We just leave it.
Because it's such a recognizable bike.
Have you ever seen that one edit of the Venture Bros where it's like it has the edit of the like the old like clickbait title where it's like Nintendo 3DS is being shut down. Nintendo's gonna send representatives to come get your 3DS, and it's like the Venture Bros is like, go ahead, come on, take it.
No.
And then the soldier looks to another soldier and he's just like shaking his head frantically. No, don't do it. All right. I don't see you. I don't see you.
I'm Jordan.
Well, that works for me.
Oh, I hit join game and it's not putting me in though.
Oh, here, let me do this. Now I'll try it.
No.
What?
The lobby is not joinable.
Says my party privacy is open.
No, don't quit. Zombies. Click join game. Shift tab. Play game. Restart game, I guess.
Oh, I rolled one liquid divinium just for gits and shuggles, and I got a legendary.
Oh, nice.
And I did it again, back to back. All right, man. It's been a weird day.
Now you don't even show up as online.
Right, I'll restart. Remove that from the queue. It's annoying me. Starting up every time I fucking want to start Black Ops. I put Call of Duty in my shitty shooters category. I have a category of shooters, and I just put it in the shitty shooter category. It's a game that I play that shoots, and it's online. I like how that they've changed that my points aren't adding up anymore, and that I now have infinite points in my chat.
Yeah.
like that they've changed it. Uh, yeah, that's
Finally. There we go.
Wait, do we not have fucking? Oh, we don't have prison. We don't have the prison one.
Guess not. What up, Big Joe?
Dude, come on! I wanted Alcatraz! Why did my
Did
screen
your
go
fucking
black?
internet go out again?
I'm
Okay, it didn't go out again, but yeah, no, you're no longer in my in the party.
why?
I don't know.
Why does God hate me, Zetzley? Is this a sign that I should just end it?
No.
Give it up for round 68. Round 68. Woo! Give it up for round
Your
68.
playlist data is older than the host. You must restart the game or reconnect to Black Ops 3 servers in order to get the new playlist data.
What? What does that mean?
I have to restart my game.
No,
I
what
guess.
does playlist data mean?
I don't know.
You think they're updating this game? You think it's coming back?
Oh my god, it might just be.
They might pick up their 10-year-old game, dude. It's finally time.
Wouldn't surprise me if they came out with a fucking remaster for this game soon.
If they do, I want them to put Alcatraz in it.
Send me an invite.
No, it doesn't have it. Okay. I looked it up online because I was like, "What? Haven't I played this before?" But I guess it was Black Ops 4. Still, Alcatraz is a fucking top map. I miss Electric Cherry. Bring back Electric Cherry.
Lobby is not joinable.
Yes, it is. It's open. Dude, and then as soon as you say that, my game crash. Why is it when you join, it crashes my game?
I don't know. This is kind of whack.
Crack is whack. Let's see. Let's install files. Integrity of files. Did you break my game? I'd be pissed if you broke my game, dude.
It wouldn't be me breaking your game. It would be Call of Duty breaking itself.
No, because I've been playing this game for several years. The moment you get it and join me, it breaks. I mean,
back to the world and expose just a little bit more what some of these people are doing. So Tiffany Henyard is the notorious super mayor of Dolton, Illinois. The day of the election, we covered the drama in the town, and she lost in a landslide.
Yep.
And thank God, because she's such a good manipulator that I almost wondered if I had gotten everything wrong about her. I started to wonder, like, is this lady the next Mother Teresa? She lives basically a first-class, lavish lifestyle off of her taxpayer. Her city was in a $4 million surplus before she took office, and now it's in a $4 million deficit. And so she just is this criminal cult leader that ran a town.
Dev, did you see his Scientology videos?
Basically, kids are born into it, forced to work dozens of hours a week for free, treated like absolute crap, separated from their parents. They're so good at controlling people that if one person escapes to say something, they have 20 members that they've already prepared their story.
Oh yeah, they're the real scam. You're built different.
You were doing things that definitely deserve hard questions.
You show people how to scam.
Is to prevent somebody else from getting scammed.
There's so much going on there. Hey guys, if you're not subscribed, please smash that subscribe button and hit that like button on the video. And if you don't have time to watch this episode right now, no problem, but I'd really appreciate it if you would save it to your watch later playlist. Finally, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram and X, those links are in my description below. Thank you. So you found Jesus?
Yes, I did.
Is that what I'm hearing?
I've been found them.
Where'd you find him?
When I was born.
When you were born?
Yeah.
So you were believing in Jesus like when you were in high school and everything?
Yeah, 100%.
Punch Made Dev finding Christianity and Catholicism is the headline that we didn't expect of this year.
No, when I think of like some of the things that you do, I don't necessarily like associate that with Jesus. But
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you
Well,
can
we all
convince me
sin.
today.
We all sin.
We do all sin,
Yeah.
but you kind of like knowingly do it.
Yeah, that don't make it any different from anybody doing it behind closed doors. At least I'm honest.
Yeah, but like, do you go to confession and say you're not going to do it again?
Nah. I just say help me find another way.
Help you find another way.
You call
See-
them father?
Huh?
You call the guy father?
Yeah, Heavenly Father, yeah.
Can you
They're
turn that mic to you just like
Yeah,
a little
my
bit?
bad.
Like tilt it. You're good.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, I can hear myself.
You're good now. So you go into confession and you're like, just help me find another way to make money, and at some point Jesus will show you another way.
Yeah, or maybe he'll just take it all away from me and then I gotta figure it out.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
Who
you're
knows?
open. You're open to being knocked down a peg.
Yeah. It's happened a couple times.
How recently?
No, not recent at all.
You're good now.
Yeah, I'm good now.
You know what you're doing.
Probably like right after high school. I haven't been. Yeah, I'm good now.
Okay. All right, we'll get into it today.
What up,
'cause this was
chicken?
Tommy's idea. He's like, you gotta talk to Punch Made Dev. Talk about scamming.
Let's do it.
Did a bunch
Just
of videos
chilling.
back in the day. Tommy, welcome back. As
What you
always,
up to?
We're trying to fix this game. Sets broke.
I didn't break it. It's just the game.
brother. It's good to have you.
Good to see you.
What are you doing in town?
We're doing a profile piece on the New York drivers again. And when I realized because you got to ask yourself sometimes why do a sequel? It's only if you think you can make it better than the first one. And I realized there's so much of the driving world we didn't get into, from the chop shops to the rental car places, how these guys are getting their hands on different high-level vehicles.
That
on a
looks
regular
easy.
basis. Last night
Was
about
it?
1 a.m. in a hospital.
No,
walking
it
around,
wasn't.
Talking to some
I should get a
strikers
button
that
that
had
says,
a
"That's
smashed
fucked up."
windshield of a Hellcat, and they were explaining the process.
That would be
and-
so much
and they
better,
filmed
wouldn't
initially.
it? Just bang
Yeah.
it. That's
But it's
fucked
like-
up.
I'm always fascinated by the driving outlaws of New York, and we went about. Well, you went faster than I did because you were in New York recently, but
Yeah.
Oh,
this
you were
guy-
driving with him.
they went
Yeah.
about
I
120
drive.
miles an hour weaving through. He said, because I said, I don't want to do this. You know, I have a family back home. This is too much. He said, 1 minute on the clock. I'm like, okay, I can handle 1 minute. I did maybe 3-4 minutes before. I was just like, okay, I got the idea. But it's like moving through the Matrix with these guys.
Yeah, it feels like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
But I like it though.
You like it.
Yeah. It's
You're
fun.
into the thrills for sure.
He
Yeah,
does not
definitely.
get scared in the car.
Nah, I
I'm the
don't.
guy that's kind
Yeah.
of clenching a little bit, and I'm like, okay. Like I feel my legs flexing against
You
the.
in inbox.
I wasn't as bad as M-Box.
Yeah. Inbox is a whiner.
He was a whiner, yeah. Your video with License, who's
Spoke up
one of
not
the
long
drivers
ago,
we're
word.
profiling. The
Wait,
Uh,
license? He wasn't.
What you been
here
up to?
with
Just
me,
chilling.
no,
Right.
he's
Is
a
he
new
new?
one that emerged
Oh,
from the Squeeze team.
When's the last time you did one?
I did one with them. We recorded. That was wild. We recorded that at the end of September. I put it out like a month later.
Oh, with the squeeze team?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like
He
a
did it with the
Saturday.
swim team. The swim
The
team.
swim
The
team,
swim
oh,
team,
okay.
not squeeze.
They're
it
kind
was-
of rivals, so that's like Bloods and Crips.
Squeeze,
dude.
yeah, squeeze is the one above. Swim
Bro.
team's number 2, and then squeeze number 1.
Bro, when I
Yeah.
brought up squeeze, you could hear a pin drop in here. They just all looked at me like behind their masks and everything. I was like, okay, all right, we want.
It's because he's the best driver. Him, license, everybody in squeeze.
Daddy, don't forget Daddy Money.
Oh yeah, DD Money.
How and we're talking about squeeze bends for people out there. He went pretty viral last year on streaming. and
Chat,
everything with
give
that,
me
with some of the
subs and
driving.
I'll
Is
do a
he
thing.
still-
I don't believe you.
Like, what's the deal?
Nah, he's been out.
He's been out,
Yeah, he's out.
so he's back. doing
Why
stuff.
not?
think
I'm
he
a
never got
trustworthy guy.
His team likes to have a little shadow of mystery. It's not
Okay.
quite clear exactly how that story's developed. Some
He's
people
living
say
good. He's out.
he's incarcerated. Other people say he's just laying low and
Yeah, he's just laying low right now.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Good morning,
guy.
Fizzy. What's
I
up,
mean,
dog?
There's something like when I talk with those guys, what was so, and now I'm talking about the swim team guys because obviously they do the same thing. What's so interesting to me is that outside of the driving, they're the most normal, relaxed, laid back dudes. Like a lot of them don't even drink or smoke or anything. Like they don't do
Yeah, a
anything
lot
else.
of them don't drink or smoke. I wouldn't say the most laid back, but yeah, they don't drink or smoke.
But the ones that were in here, we had like 5.
Oh,
of
the
them in
swim
here.
team.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'm not gonna talk about the squeeze guys. I can't speak to that. But the swim guys are so laid back.
Yeah.
I'm like, but you do this like one thing that's kind of crazy. I mean, they're incredible drivers. I will give them that. Like when you watch these videos, they are unbelievable drivers, but they're still doing it on roads with little old ladies driving in.
Yeah,
know
all
what I
it
mean?
takes is just one lady
Yep.
not looking, and it's over with.
Yeah.
And at
That'd
that
be bad.
speed, even one little
Ordered a
glancing
new
off someone's
table?
car,
Nice.
that could be
How big is it?
going
Sheesh.
out, getting hit by a flatbed.
Or
you
a
know,
big ass pothole.
Yeah.
Oh
Just
my
been
God.
looking at
I thought
muscular
that was some
women
of
to
your best
choke
work,
me.
that video. Obviously, it was like the biggest video you ever did, and you were filming that when we first met. But I thought, like, from the perspective of the questions you asked them, the moral quandaries you kind of went back and forth with, it was so well done because, you know, on one hand, it's amazing they've never crashed, and on the other hand, it's like it's
That's
just a
part
matter
of
of
the
time.
conspiracy.
Yeah, they might have crashed and not said nothing.
That's what
I
we
heard
covered.
the swim team be crashing and not saying that.
I'm
I
not
don't
calling
know.
out the
From
swim team in
who?
particular,
I don't know.
but that was part of the conspiracy that we covered in this part too. Is that crashes have been covered up because there
Yeah.
are impressionable people on the internet watching that think I could go do this right now, not knowing that there's a lot of crashes, a lot of people can get hurt, and that actually within the New York driving community they were doxing each other. So if I expose your crash, you would dox my address and tell. So it was getting pretty
Exposing
serious.
crashes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like career ending, huh?
There's apparently a guy. There's a guy that Squeeze Ben's filmed with a lot that goes by Sean, and he called me to let me know that there's some serious doxing going on. But then I found out this guy might dox people too, so I don't know. It's a lot of unusual shiesty.
Yeah,
Pointing to the
doxing.
shiesty mask. going
Doxing's
on.
fucked up.
Yeah, I'm not on the docs and stuff, but that's interesting
Mhm.
that there's been crashes because you would think you would hear about that, seeing the speeds that they're going at. It's I would imagine, at least statistically, some of these crashes got to be happening where they're decelerating to like 120,
Mhm.
and you would think that would be like news because that means they're going like 180 or 160 or whatever it is. But I haven't heard anything like that. It might be time to get them back in here though. Talk about it.
They must be getting away from the scene because don't you think if you were a newscaster and there was a big YouTube driver that was
Yep.
showing driving, kind of promoting it, and it happened, you want to call it out right away. So I don't know where the stories have gone or how they got hushed up exactly, but it's not surprising that people are crashing when they're moving like that. I mean, there was a few times where they were going with cars that were parallel to each other and still finding the gap in between
Yeah.
at a very high rate of speed that
Yeah,
made me
it's scary.
uncomfortable.
It's scary. So who approached you to do the follow up?
I saw this kid License coming out of nowhere and just doing incredible things, and I saw your video with License, and
Tommy's just scouting all the drivers like he looks good. He's next.
and I knew that there was so much more because if you really look, I'm not that proud of the piece. I thought the questions were good, but as far as what we could have got into, most of it was almost like a podcast in a car. But we didn't get to
Yeah.
really see the chop shops that they're going to. How are they getting a Lamborghini today, a BMW tomorrow? How are they even having access to this? So getting more of the behind the scenes structure.
Four
Dude,
foldable
these-
ones, but
these
small,
guys
so I
that-
got like a 6-foot one. Nice.
These guys that fucking do they have like the really fucking crazy cars and they drive like really fast on stream and everything and then they're like crazy and all that, like Squeeze Bins and all that. Dude,
Yeah.
those guys, the only way I can describe their lifestyle is like GTA RP. That's all I can say. Like, it's crazy because they like go to chop shops, they like fucking race, they just drive just for gits and shiggles as fast as they can.
To me was the intriguing part. Once I knew I had the context to bring it
I'm
in,
scared of
it's
driving,
stuff
so
shitty up.
wouldn't be me.
How have they been with you going back and forth on like, you know, asking them about some of the crash cover ups and stuff like that?
They were
Like,
open about it.
They were open about it.
Mhm.
What'd they say?
There is cover ups, and that I think we should be open with it because I think License, one of the things he did was he posted his own crash. I think he had one crash and he posted it and took it like a man,
Interesting.
which I think is that's like being
Well,
a
it wasn't his
UFC
fault.
fighter.
It wasn't his fault.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It wasn't his fault.
Nah, he was driving. Somebody rammed into him, and he was blind in his eye. The other person that was driving.
Oh, it was a blind.
Yeah,
Come
and
on.
he wasn't even supposed to be driving with him
A
anyway.
blind person was
Yeah.
driving, dude.
He's blind on one side, so it wasn't even his fault. License a good driver. I sleep in the car when he cuts
You
up.
sleep in the car with
I
him.
swear to God, yeah.
You're built different.
He's good.
Different.
The fuck is this dude? This guy says, "Oh man, I'm okay with these guys driving like this. I sleep in the back of the car while they're driving like this." Dude, I would not be able to sleep in the back of a car. Somebody driving 180 miles an hour. I'd be like, "Dude, you gotta pull over. I'm gonna throw up or I'm gonna have a heart attack."
Yeah.
I
When did
trust him.
when did you first meet him?
Maybe like 2 months ago when we first did our video. Yeah,
What was
so-
what was your video?
We got chased by
You
the
got
police.
chased?
Yeah.
All right, please do tell.
Yeah, so we was at a Home Depot, and then we thought it was a
That's
cop
how
car.
it starts, man. Home
Yeah,
Depot.
the Home Depot. We thought it was a cop car that pulled up, and then we did the whole. We thought it was police and everything. We got away, and then like a month later, like some other YouTuber was in a fake cop car chasing us. Yeah,
It was a YouTuber.
it was a YouTuber, but we had no clue.
Oh my god! It says that all my files are. Oh wait, it's actually revalidating them. Never mind.
Who's that?
I think his name's Sean. The one you're
That's
talking about.
Sean.
Yeah,
That's the same
I
guy?
think so. I think so.
So he had intel that you guys were gonna be there or something.
I
right?
guess
That
he
sounds
put
like
an
an
air
inside
tag in
job
somebody's
to me.
car or something. Yeah.
This is a
Yeah.
kind of a building 7 of the car community.
That didn't take long. Jesus Christ. But I look at you though, Devin. I'm like, how are you not in jail? Not for the car stuff,
Yeah.
but for everything else. Because here's this guy who you go out there, you show people how to scam, you teach courses on how to scam.
Yeah,
you,
but
okay, yeah, but
if you've seen Tommy G's video, the reason I was teaching it and everything is to prevent somebody else from getting scammed.
It was a community service kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
I'm a
Right.
fraud prevention
you're a
type of
fraud
guy.
prevention guy.
Yeah,
But you were a fraud not prevention guy to start off.
maybe possibly a super long time ago before I was
Okay.
even punch made dev.
Before you were Punch Made Dev.
Yeah,
What were you then? Just Dev?
yeah, just dev.
Just Dev.
Yeah.
All right. So in all seriousness, like how without revealing, I guess, incriminating exact details or
Zen?
anything, like approximately how old were you when you were like, "Ooh, this internet thing, I can scam some people."
Well, what type of scamming? Because there's like, or just in general. Because there's petty.
Let's go in
there's like-
general, but go as broad as you want.
So when I was super young, I was doing just petty stuff. Like, I'll give you this, if you give me that. And then I just won't give them nothing. That was like when I was on 2K. So I was like selling like 2K accounts.
Oh, you were selling 2K accounts.
Yeah, that had like 99 overalls and like all the badges and stuff. And,
So you're like
ranked up.
Venmo me $100 and I'll give you my whatever.
I'll
and
give
then-
you this account with and then just run off.
Did you get a rush from that?
Maybe, I don't know. It was a long time ago. I was like 16.
Okay.
And then when the PS5s came out, I seen people was fake selling PS5s. So I think people were doing that too around that time. And then
Wait, how'd you do this? So how did you fake sell PS5s allegedly?
I
Hypothetically.
mean, you would just post it on Twitter and then be like, all right, I'm gonna give one away. And then have a whole bunch of people retweet it. And then people would hit you up and be like, do you have any more? And I'm like, yeah, I got it for 400, 500.
And you gotta send me the money first.
Yeah, and I'll ship it out.
in Bitcoin, right?
Actually, nah, back in the day, it wasn't Bitcoin. It's Cash App. That's when I still was able to use Cash App. Cash App's burnt now, though.
It's burnt. How's it burnt?
It's burnt as in just trying to receive a bunch of payments from multiple people. You can still do stuff on Cash App. You can still make money for sure. Like, you can do transfers and stuff on there, but yeah.
The IRS is tracking it basically.
Yeah, but just pay your taxes and you're good. I pay all my taxes on every single dollar I make.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's
I just
something
pay my
law abiding
taxes,
in
yeah.
you.
No, he's a contributing member of society.
Playing zombies,
Yeah,
waiting
I
for
pay a lot of
Lily's
taxes.
The
It's
reason
game
your
to
roads are paved outside of this
validate its files and see what the fuck is
Yeah,
going
Robin
on,
Hood.
and then yeah.
Define Robin Hood.
Somebody
you.
who what did we say in the
Because
video?
every
That
time I
takes
tried
from
to
rich and
join
gives to
Lily,
the
even
poor?
though we played
Yeah.
one round together, it crashed the game.
I think
When
you
you
even
say
said you
give to the
take from the
poor.
poor and I'm rich. That's me.
Yeah, I think that was it. So you start with basic stuff, and then when you're doing the PS5 thing, by the way, did you at least hit them with the you got to pay me half now and half comes later, so they feel like there's something on the other end, or you
Nah,
just said
it's-
no, I need it all up front,
It's all up front, or somebody else gonna buy it.
and they would
yeah.
just do it. What do you think makes people just trust like that?
Well, it was when they first came out, so I feel like people are just thirsty. They're like, okay, he has a PS5, I need this.
Mm.
So yeah, you just take the risk.
But did anyone like know who you were? Or were you just behind like? a
Nah, I
bank
was just
account?
yeah.
What was your profile picture with this account?
Mm,
Was it like a bunny or like a fake, like an animal? Or was
probably
it
like
actually
like a stack of money or some PS5s.
trustworthy?
Yeah.
Because I kind of wonder, like, if people could, like, if it happens to enough, even back then, if it happens to enough people, if people get in touch, like, oh, is this guy, whatever, and then they could corner you or like report you, and obviously
Class action.
they never did.
No, but if they do report you, it's like I don't know. I think I seen something, and only like 8% people who do like scams and fraud get caught.
I believe
It's
that,
kind of
yeah.
difficult to trace them down. these fraudsters. I mean,
you-
hopefully they catch them all though.
Oh, you want them to be all
Yeah,
caught.
I'm the fraud prevention guy. That's
Because
fucked
now
up.
you're out of the game.
Yeah, I've been out the game. I was in the game when I was like a teenager, when I was a minor.
Now, when you say you're out of the game, is that kind of like when a mob boss says he's out of the game because he's out of jail, but he's kind of still meeting with people at the back of the restaurant with a cigar? You know,
Nah,
still
you're the
dipping
mob
the
guys.
toe in.
Mafia, you're the mob boss.
You Alessi. Never done that.
He's
I just
mafia.
I walked into that. So you're out. Totally.
Yeah, I mean, I never really was in, but yeah.
But you just said you were in.
No, I said I
You
was
just
doing
said-
petty stuff.
But that's
That's
that
not
is
really scamming.
in.
Like,
That
okay,
is
that is scamming,
scamming,
all right. But I
you
wasn't
know.
doing fraud or nothing.
Define fraud.
Fraud is like bank fraud, wire fraud. It's crazy stuff. I would never do something like that.
You would never do that.
Too much.
Would you know how to do that if you needed
Yeah,
to?
yeah, I would know how.
So you could
I
teach-
only know how to teach people how to
teach
avoid it.
people. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you're like a
This guy is playing this word so close to the line. I know how to do it to prevent how to do it. Oh, I'm sorry, Zetzley.
It's all right.
It's my fault. My bad. Fucking bullshit life is infecting you now.
Fuck off.
you're like a teacher in the worst way where it's like, well, you haven't done it before, but you can just show people how to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Tommy G gave me a good platform with the video, and I got to use it for good. Teach people how to not get,
Were those actually reenactments on there?
Yeah, everything was reenacted.
He paused.
everything. We would never do real crimes and show somebody's face. You see,
That's true. Those banks looked really real, though, man. I got to tell you.
Yeah, they got good pure spaces that you can rent
Pure
out.
spaces?
Yeah, you can rent out banks and
You made it look like a bank in there.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're out of the game.
Have you ever scammed?
No, never.
Never done anything?
Never.
So what's
scammed
the
a
worst
single
thing
thing.
you ever did?
The worst thing I ever did.
You definitely
The
stole
pop
something.
I don't think
before.
anyone's ever asked me that before.
And if Massage listening, this would be a good time to answer.
Yeah,
the
I
question.
actually have to think about that. What's the worst thing I ever did? I've not stolen anything before.
There's
as
no
far as I
way.
know.
You was a kid. You definitely snuck
I've
some in your
been-
pocket.
I've been in the presence of. You're talking about like from stores?
Yeah,
or
just
something
like I
that?
know you stole something before, like when you was a kid or something, just slipped in your
From a
pocket
store.
or anybody, anything.
From other people, I'm sure I did as a kid.
Would you
Yeah,
steal?
I can't remember, but I'm sure I did. But like from a store, never done that. Now I've been there when my friends do it.
And they break you off?
That's no. They
Okay.
usually it's like just getting food or something. It's stupid. I was like, what the f- are you doing? You know, like I'd be the one driving the car. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
you're gonna get arrested for $20. Thanks. But
20 bucks.
nothing like that. No,
Okay.
I never like walked into a store and did anything like that. I was a good boy.
Would you say there was a
Okay.
strong internal voice that said, I'm not gonna do that"?
I'm one of those guys, like I'm such a believer in karma, which obviously doesn't mean like I don't still make mistakes and stuff, but I'm like the dude that like, when you'll throw a wrapper away after you're done with it and you'll get it in the trash can, and as you're on the street and you continue to turn and you realize the wrapper went in there, but the one little piece on the edge like fell out and went to the back. I'll take like 2 steps and be like, I gotta put that in the trash, just because it's like there's little like OCD karma things for me there.
Yeah, I feel like that too sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah. I
That's why
I
you
hate
help people
myself!
do. Yeah.
Trying to-
Always, not now. Always have.
Why?
At the
Always have.
beginning.
Oh shit! I thought I was
So, like, when
muted.
you were 16, what were you doing to help people not do fraud?
Teaching them a lesson. You can't trust everybody.
Because it seems as though my life is shit, and then I infect everybody around me and make their life shit.
What you mean?
Lesson learned. I don't do that.
Dude, I've played this game for like 70 hours online and like 120 offline, and then we play one game and then it just stops working.
I mean, yeah, but there's not really
Good
much we can
business
do
for
about
everybody.
that.
Did you ever
Besides what we
have
are doing.
cops reach out to you or anyone reach out to you and say we're investigating you?
People pretend to be cops and message me. They try to blackmail me. They'd be like, "Yeah, send 10,000 to this Bitcoin wallet, or we're investigating just some like that. We're investigating you. We will get you arrested or something."
And you're like, I know this game better than you, pal.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I don't do nothing. Come arrest me then. I would have been arrested if I was actually doing.
That's what I'm
Crime.
saying. You
Yeah.
got more ice on you than the entire net worth of this room, so you're doing okay.
Yeah.
That is real, right?
No.
That's not real.
It's Chuck E. Cheese jewelry.
It's Chuck E. Cheese jewelry.
Yeah, I got one out of a machine.
You did.
Hmm
That doesn't look like it's out of a machine.
Looks good.
It looks good.
Appreciate it.
Do we have the diamond tester
Let's
to do
get
that?
it.
You tested that before, I think, right? You never tested it?
I called my guy. Did I call Johnny Daniel? No, I called
Tracks NYC.
Trax NYC. Shout out Trax NYC. I called him and his guy said it looks real.
Looks real.
Looks
we
real.
still got to get the tester, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do that later.
We should.
It does look real. Like, I mean, not that I would like be the best guy to judge that, but
We got some jewelry.
That's blinging. Yeah, I've had this since I was like,
Is that a pendant too?
yeah, it's a pendant.
Oh, I can't see because the mic. Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, just basic ass family
is it?
saint. Saint Anthony, family name.
Okay.
What has he
That's
done
that.
for you?
You find shit, man, when it's lost. Apparently, that's what they tell me. But my great grandfather's name was Anthony, and then my dad's middle name is Anthony. So that's really that. But I don't have anything like that. That's
We got to get you a Punchmade chain.
yeah, it's a Punchmade chain.
Mhm.
You got your own brand now.
Yeah.
How have
Punchmade
I
chain.
not gotten a Punchmade
Yeah,
chain
you-
at this point?
You do need a Punchmade chain, huh?
Yeah, but I gotta ask you, like, how walking around, you're very visible.
You know those people who have like real chains and then they have like the fake chains that look like the real chains, but the fake chain is like half the cost of the real chain. So at this point, you're basically spending 1.5 times more than you already spent.
No.
Yeah, there are people out there who have like those like diamond encrusted chains that are like worth like millions of dollars, and then they get like a fake one with like fake diamonds, and for some reason that one costs like half the price. And I was like, at this point, you're just spending extra money.
Yeah, kinda.
Person. Like Brandon
Yes.
Buckingham was with him recently. He said, "I've never seen anyone get recognized so much as when I'm with Punchmade Dev." How do you handle that from a security standpoint? Having, I don't know if
Well-
it's worth $0 or $1 million.
Run
but somewhere
downstairs
in
and see if my
between, but how do
grandmother's
you
gonna
handle
make
that?
anything for supper today.
I mean, you
Okay.
just gotta know how you're moving. I'm everywhere else other than this state. I have my concealed carry, so I'm not really too worried. But here, somebody else around me will have something that'll protect everybody if needed.
But you're a very calculated, mindful person, so you always know how to approach an
Yeah.
environment and have kind of the trump card.
Definitely. Just gotta know your area, know where you're going, know who you're with, know what they know.
So you do
That'd
have a
be good.
concealed carry, though. You said
Yeah, I got 3 of them:
you got 3 of them.
Florida, Kentucky, and Illinois.
No.
Yeah.
How does that work? Like if you go, hold on, Florida's obviously way out there. So if you go from Illinois to Florida, you have to
Mhm.
like register ahead of time your weapon
Nah.
that you're bringing it. How
I
does it
mean,
work?
As long as you're
states
going
that
through, you
have
don't
it-
need to.
I mean, really, the only states that is annoying is like the ones around here up north in Cali.
Mm.
But like all the ones in the middle, I'm pretty sure if you just like put it in the trunk and unload it, then you'll be good. I mean, if you're just passing through, then you're good. You should be for the most part. But I got arrested in Chicago.
You got
Yeah, for having a fire. It was before I had the Illinois concealed carry, and I was passing through, and I had my Kentucky one. And they just didn't care.
And isn't that like a felony charge though?
Yeah, no, but it got all dismissed.
It got dismissed.
Because I had my Kentucky concealed carry, and I told them I was peacefully passing. There's a law called peacefully passing that I already
They're
knew
like,
about.
nothing to see here, kids. We're good.
Yeah, I already knew about. But they came to the car with the guns drawn and everything.
Oh, they were drawn.
Yeah, already drawn. And then he was like,
How do
yeah.
they know you had a gun?
He didn't, and he just assumed.
So you fit the profile of the usual
yeah.
suspects?
Yes.
That's
yes.
why. Now
So
I know.
he told me to roll down the window, and he was screaming, put your hands on the steering wheel. And then he was like, do you do drugs? I was like, no. He's like, so you don't smoke? There's no weed or anything here? I was like, no. He's like, do you drink? I was like, no. He's like, do you have a gun? And then before I could even answer, he just said, step out the vehicle. He reached in, unlocked my door, and then started pulling me out. And then they were searching, and they found the gun. And I told them I had my concealed carry, and it was on the dashboard, and they're acting like they couldn't find it. And then they seen it. And then the other cop was like, all right, well, should we let him go now? And he was like, no.
So they brought you in, but they later dismissed it.
And then he was like, yeah, they dismissed it. And he was taunting me. He was like, oh, you're a black disciple, huh? You're a BD, huh? Yeah.
A
was like,
black disciple?
Yeah, I'm not even from Chicago. You're an idiot. I'm from Kentucky.
I don't even know what a black disciple is.
Have you never listened to the Chief Keef song? I'm Beatty on Lamrod.
I mean, I've probably heard it, but I never got the context.
Talking at the barbershop.
If you're gonna make money being a whore, at least be classy.
If you're gonna be a whore, at least be a whore that wipes your mouth.
I already have one packed.
I ordered my groceries.
Nice. You gotta pay the fees tag.
Were you shitting yourself? How long ago was that when that happened?
That was like last year, around this time last year, kind of.
Were you shitting yourself when he reached in there? You were still
When
cool?
when he found the gun, no, I already knew it was coming. But yeah,
You just look right there.
yeah. I mean, I knew I was gonna have a lawyer and everything. I just didn't know how the bond process was gonna work. But there's no bond in Illinois.
There's no bond in Illinois?
Nah, either you get out or you don't. Yeah,
But
no,
you got
no
out.
cash. Yeah, I got out. So I was sitting in there. They brought me. They put me in a cell by myself with nobody in there for like 6 hours, and then they finally let me out. Yeah, it was terrible.
When did it get dismissed? Later, I assume.
Yeah,
right?
like a month later.
Did you go to Cook County Jail?
Yeah, Cook County.
Ooh.
How bad was it?
It wasn't bad. I was just in like the holding part, so I wasn't in like county, like the holding cells. I wasn't in like the big jail.
Did
I
they
don't know.
feed you in those 6 hours?
Nah, but they did. I had to ask for it though. They just gave me like some slices of bread. Yeah, so a loaf of bread.
Could you imagine having to eat the food in jail or prison?
I've heard from guys that have had in, and maybe people out there in the comments who have experience can answer this a little better, but fed is way better than state.
Yeah, it's
by
all.
a lot.
I don't know why it's backwards. Like the prison's better than county too. Like, you know, you're supposed to be innocent until you're proven guilty,
Right.
but the people who are supposed to be innocent are living way worse than the people in prison. Like people in prison got TVs, phones, clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
everything.
take a story like a guy like CTS Lil Wick. He's the white rapper from St. Louis that beat the murder case.
Yeah.
Is that Yee Yee guy? Yee Yee.
Oh, that's not Yee Yee guy.
Okay.
He got no country in him. He's all street.
Okay.
But he sat in jail for over a year, and he eventually came out that he killed someone in self-defense,
Yeah.
and he was completely cleared, good to go. But yeah, he still spent a year of his life locked up, and there was
How do you fucking sit a year of your life in jail? There's a fucking statute called habeas corpus that if they don't charge you within 72 hours with adequate evidence and you see a fucking judge, it's against the law and they're fucking fired. It's a felony charge. It's literally
Probably
that
weren't aware of
easy.
it.
It's literally that easy. All you have to do is go, hey, it's habeas corpus, and then if they charge you, and then they don't have you fucking speak in front of a judge within like, I think it's like most states it's like fucking 2 or 3 days because of like weekend stuff. Because some states like you can't see a judge Saturday or Sunday, and all of them don't do Sunday.
Mm.
But it's like within 3 days, if you don't see a judge, like that's it. It's fucking, they have to let you go. I mean, unless it's like a felony charge, like say like you fucking bombed a building.
like
Yeah.
when he got out. Oh, maybe you missed out on a rap deal, or you couldn't make money for your family. There was no restitution, or
Right.
it seems a little strange. Actually, I have an ongoing court case,
You
and
do.
yes,
Is this the ball sack thing?
no, this is the base jumper. So we were with guys in Detroit, and we were climbing to the top of buildings so they could jump off them with a parachute, and we got caught. The third building that we went to. I hope this gets released after the court's over. But we got caught. We had a police drone on us. The entire shift was out, and they were gonna jump anyways. And then they made a deal with the cops. Hey, pinky promise, if we don't jump, we don't go to jail. Boom. So we got down. The cops were pretty cool about it. Get a ticket, misdemeanor. They said breaking and entering, which we didn't break and enter anything. There was an opening that we got into.
Did you tell me you were a journalist?
Yeah,
Covering it?
yeah.
Interesting.
And but we have to travel. So they're like, okay, you can't travel, you can't talk to each other. You have to write a letter to the judge to go to any state outside of Wisconsin, and I can only talk to Miguel and Keegan for business purposes. And it just is
Oh, because they were with you. They got charged too.
mhm.
Oh.
So, but how do you, for a misdemeanor too? How are you putting all these? You can't have a firearm. You can't travel out of the state. One, you don't even know if I'm guilty, and two, it's a misdemeanor. So how are you gonna? How can you restrict me that much? It just seems like
Yeah.
over.
I don't know how they can restrict you from talking from somebody. That'd be a First Amendment violation.
Yeah, it's I actually think about this one a lot. Like
If
the-
you have
the
a no
process
contact
before,
order
like,
and stuff.
No, they said they all got arrested at the same time because they were like base jumpers, like they would climb up buildings and like jump off parachutes, right? And they all got arrested at the same time for a misdemeanor. It's like you can't tell somebody that they can't talk to the other people that are of the same case. Like, it doesn't. That's not how that works. You can't just be like, you can't talk to them. No.
Yeah.
That'd be a First Amendment violation. That'd be
I don't know, it's
restriction
one
of
those things
speech.
where it is problematic across the board. Like everything you raise right there is a prime example. But it's like also what's the alternative? Like how do you fix it? It's one of those where I can point out the problem, but I don't know what the solution is because yours doesn't really matter. It's a fucking misdemeanor at a place. It's gonna end up getting dismissed, obviously. But then you have someone who's in there for murder, and maybe they did do it. You find out later they didn't. But like the one you bring up about your buddy in St. Louis, it's like the potential loss of income and everything. If he's in there a year and then comes out, should taxpayer money compensate him something for that. Like there might be a conversation to be had there, but it's also like you have to let the process play out. Like, it just sucks. Like if you get caught for something or accused of something, I should say.
I think the biggest solution that's out there is increased government efficiency, because this Zoom meeting, okay, 8:30 a.m. you have to be on, and then it was about a 2-hour process, and then we didn't even get any further in the case. They just said, okay, now May 28th you have another case to really start getting into it. And imagine if someone had like, okay, I'm going to take 2 hours off of work. I have to explain to my boss why I'm on a 2-hour Zoom meeting in a
Right.
court in Michigan, and then they can just like, oh, we're gonna adjourn. So all these little inconveniences, if they really wanted to clamp down on us, they could make us come to the state for certain things. So that I have to drive or fly to Detroit. I have to get a hotel,
Yeah.
and when the court system gets weaponized against you, it just feels crappy. It's like, how am I funding this? But you guys get to just yank us around, and I'm experiencing it to the lightest dose of what's out there.
Right.
Yeah, I've had some bullshit happen to me when I was like 17. I was at a basketball court, and well, basically the cops said like they charged me with aggravated robbery that I swear to God on Jesus Christ I didn't do.
Oh, on Jesus too.
On Jesus, I was in crutches and a boot.
Whoa.
I swear to God I didn't do it. I was in crutches and a boot, and then
Slow bank robbery.
yeah. So here's what happened. We was at a basketball court, and I was with my friend. This is when I was like, well, I was 17, so I was just visiting.
Wouldn't it be really easy to prove that though? Like, if you were in crutches and in a boot, like, if there was a bank robbery, I'm pretty sure somebody would have pointed out, and then one of the robbers had crutches in a boot. Because it's kind of like something you can't ignore, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like, I think he might have had crutches. It's like, it is something you notice.
Because I used to live there. I was visiting. I was in my crutches on the sidelines while they're hooping and stuff, just chilling. And then it was just tense, just hooping, talking shit. And then after, my phone was charging on the side, so I went to go grab my phone. And I guess this boy's ball was here. And as I was going to get my phone, he was like, "Let me take my ball. I don't want you stealing it." And then we just started arguing, and that was it. Because I'm in crutches and a boot, so I can't even do shit. And I left. I come back to the court 3 weeks later, and like 2 cop cars pull up. They run, put my hands behind my back while I'm still in the boot. They ask me a bunch of questions. They handcuff me, take a picture of me, ask me a bunch of questions, and then they let me go. And then the next day, they put me on the news and said I was on the run.
On the run.
Yes, I swear to God.
Do we have this news article we can link?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got.
I don't think you can be considered on the run if you're in custody. I don't think that's how that works. I'm pretty sure you're either on the run or you're in custody. I don't think you can do both. Or else, I mean, it just has to be like a really big prison, I mean, you could be running into prison, maybe. All right, everything's verified.
All right.
Give it up for day 43. You remember when Call of Duty used to be fun and worked?
Yeah.
When the fuck did that change?
There we go.
I think we need to do something about the power.
Everybody's favorite map.
Great.
What?
Most people's favorite map.
Is this people's favorite map?
It's the one that's mostly recognized from YouTube videos and stuff, as far as I know.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have not guessed that. I'm not gonna lie.
This even got remade in VR.
I honestly thought that the most... Yo, what's up, Parky? How you doing? I thought the most recognizable map would have been, Dries.
Is that like the first one?
That's the fourth map on World at War, the one that introduced Pack-a-Punch. Or the one that introduced, like, the whole story to zombies. It's like the fucking... It's the GOAT! There's just something so beautiful about blowing shit up.
Why am I so heavy now?
Dude, you know what's crazy? I remember the day that Mule Kick was put into original Black Ops 1. Because I remember going to it and being, I remember the exact words I used. I was like, has this machine always been here? And then somebody came up and was like, dude, what the fuck? I don't remember this being here. There's an MP40 over here, one of my favorite guns.
I did not notice one ran up behind me.
Why does it sound so weird in this game? I got a nuke upstairs too. Can you come open the door to the stage?
I found another rock, but no vodka.
I found another rock, but no vodka.
So you're dead now, but you were dead before.
Fuck you. You were dead, but you were dead before. Fuck you.
How's your day going, Fizzy?
Oh shit! I overdid it.
What do you mean?
Where's the fucking pack? The mystery box is here. Yay! Oh, the AK-74U.
59, eh?
Oh. Hello, Nova Crawlers. Welcome to the party. Nah, you're dead, but you were dead before. Ah, fuck. Shit. Dude, I'm gonna fucking. That's it. Where's my rope? You don't know how close I am to like doing something irreversible.
Let's just play something else. Give it another try another day.
Okay.
Well, I mean, do you want to try again and then do that again? It's gonna feel worse.
I don't know. Did you want me to sound excited saying all right?
Yeah, you go. Yeah, woo!
No, dude. I love fucking Call of Duty Zombies.
I know.
And it irritates me that I've played literally 70 hours of this game, fucking, and I can't play for more than like 5 minutes.
Turn the AC back on because it's getting hot in here. That's a big fucking piss off.
bash my head in.
No. Not worth it.
I'll find it for you.
Tell
Is
Leslie
it in the
what to,
Chase Bank
what to punch in.
archival footage or anything like that?
Chase Bank archive footage?
Yeah, because you have a lot of those, don't you?
Yeah.
But,
But yeah,
what
then-
was the charge again?
Aggravated robbery.
Aggravated robbery.
Yes,
What'd
and I
they
had to
say
get a
you stole?
lawyer. They said I put a gun to his head and put him in a headlock and took his basketball.
If you did that on crutches, that's some real G shit.
That's what I'm
right
saying.
On
And they dragged
crutches
the case.
and just a basketball?
Yeah, they dragged the case on for 4 years, and I had to call and check in every Wednesday. Yeah.
You
So,
had to call. What do you mean call and check in?
because I had a bail's bond,
Okay.
so I had to just check in every Wednesday or like I don't know, some shit would happen.
Like, what are you doing? Selling PS5s.
Yeah. And then that it took a while, and it finally got dismissed. But I think they were just waiting for me to fuck up again, so they could use that.
That is what they do in the system. They
Yeah.
get you on something, and you know the term they use for like probation, where they say tail. There's another one that I think would be perfect to call a tail, which is when they get you for something so they can have an excuse to watch you and tail you around, and then wait
Yeah.
for you to do so. And sometimes like maybe you are doing something wrong, but other times they just use it because they want to get their numbers and they want to make a case, and this is an easy target because it's someone who's already in the system.
Yeah. They put me on the news too, and like my friends' parents was calling my mom like, "Is your son okay?" And everybody's asking me if I'm okay. I just woke up and I'm on the news and saying I'm on the run.
What did your mom say to you when she saw that?
I don't even remember. She was just more worried. She didn't really say anything, but I don't know.
Did you?
That was so long ago.
When you were growing up, like, I don't know, when you were like 10, 11, like, what did you want to do? Did you have like aspirations for a certain career or something like
Yeah,
that?
I wanted to be in the NFL or the NBA like everybody else. Yeah.
Were you nice?
In basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like a 7 out of 10 in basketball. 10 out of 10 in football though.
10 out of 10. You're like, what are you, like 6'6", something like
Like
that?
6'4".
6'4"? Yeah, you're
6'5".
pretty big.
Yeah. Were you good at anything?
When I was 18 years old, I was the same height I am now and 140 pounds. So I was like a stoat. So I was like I was a late bloomer and stuff. I wasn't great at anything. I was good at golf. I could do that well.
What
Was
a
it-
white thing to say.
Yeah.
Huh?
Huh? Yeah, golf.
Oh, okay.
I suck at golf and baseball.
Okay soccer player. I was like a mediocre baseball player. But yeah, no, it wasn't like great at anything. What position were you in basketball?
Point guard, shooting guard.
Point guard.
Yeah.
You play in
were
high
you?
school?
Yeah, a little bit, and then I quit
Why'd you quit?
to do YouTube.
To do YouTube.
Yeah.
So you gave up on the dream to do YouTube.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't even. I didn't want to do it no more. It stopped being fun
Why did it stop being fun?
because everybody was just taking it too serious, and it just wasn't fun anymore.
Mm.
It just wasn't fun. It just felt like a job.
What'd you want to do on YouTube?
I was making 2K videos,
Oh, okay. All right.
and that's when I got into selling the 2K accounts and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So you get to YouTube, you're like, this monetization's a little harder than I thought.
Yeah. No. I was actually doing good on YouTube.
Oh, you were?
I mean, yeah, decent back then. Like as a kid, I was making like 4,000 to 6,000 a month. That's back
really
then
good.
before inflation too. So
Yeah, that's actually really
in
fucking good.
2016, it was pretty good, and I would just use it all on like I'd buy a laptop or something.
And then somewhere in there, you're like, I'm getting connected to a lot of people through this, and they got some dough. I can add that little dough to my account, pull it out. Something like that. Did your mom know what you were doing? She knew
Like-
you were doing YouTube, but did she know the other stuff?
Nah, because I wasn't really super doing it that much. That was just like, all right, for the weekend we're gonna do this.
What do you mean? You're gonna do that?
Like for the weekend, all right, I'm gonna hit that play.
You're gonna what?
Sell the accounts.
Okay.
It wasn't like
Hit that
that wasn't
play,
like my
Julian.
everyday thing.
Yeah, he's saying
It's
that.
just like I
yeah,
can't-
he'll know what that means. So she did she ever catch you like doing something where she's like, "What are you doing?"
Nah.
So you were totally under the radar. She
Yeah.
just thought you were just doing a YouTube account.
That's what I was doing at that time for the most part. I'm telling you, I probably only did that for like 2 weekends. Or
One
like
of
a
his
week.
hustles you should know about. Didn't you pretend to either be a girl or send girl
Oh,
pictures?
damn, I
and
forgot
you got
about
guys
that.
to show up to your house?
Not my house, but the house across the street. Yeah, I used to pretend. Yeah, it's called e-horn. I used to do that. Yeah. I used to do that. I used to have
Wait, e-whoring?
yeah.
So how would this happen? Like, what's the process?
So I would get pictures of a female, make a Tinder, make a all the Bumble, Yubo, all those apps, and then I would just tell them in the bio would be like, add me on Snap, and then a whole bunch of people would just start adding you on Snap, and then you'll charge them for like a premium story or like a meetup, and then I'll just go from there. And then I started doing that, and I had 2 other girls doing it too. And I was teaching them how to do it, and we'd meet up after school every day.
Would they use themselves?
No, they
as
wouldn't
a-
use themselves. But I
Okay.
would have them because the guys, they would be like, all right, call me to verify you're real, or like, let me hear your voice and shit. So then like they would call, and then they would say hi, and she would say hi. And then like I would tell them what to say, they would mute it, I'd be like, all right, say this, and then, yeah. So it was running like a little operation.
Like out of your parents' house?
Nah, I was just in my car.
Oh.
Yeah, not my parents. No. Where people was pulling up, nobody pulled up to my parents' house, but they'll pull up down the street or something, because like they'll pull up and it'd be like, all right, if you're really who you say you are, what car am I in? So now I just look out the window, guy, you're in this car. And then they would send it, and I would like, they would send it through Apple Pay, and I would delete the message on Apple Pay. Like, you know, you can somebody sends you money, you can delete like that
I
part
did
where they
not
sent
know
it to you.
this.
Yeah. So I would delete that, and I'll send them a screenshot, but I didn't get it. Send it again. And then, yeah.
We don't recommend any of this. We're doing this episode so that people can learn how to spot this and not
Yeah.
get e-hoard and stuff. That's why we're exploring this. That was actually one thing that was really interesting. The little side note right here. When we brought in the drivers, like I had talked
What?
with them.
What is-
all, like, met up
What
and
do you want to
way
do?
back. But I really wanted to
Me?
do that because
Yeah.
it was like it wasn't
I don't
at
know.
all to glorify it or anything like that. In fact, I did quite the opposite throughout that episode. But I wanted to see where these guys are coming from, why they do what they do, have a chance for people out there
I mean,
to see
I'm
it.
just gonna
Obviously, we're not going to like
Sitting here
condone
waiting
it,
to see
but
what you
there were
want
a lot
to
of
do.
people who were like, "How dare you put these people on here?" I'm like, guys, would you rather like never hear from them and not know what it is, or not know the people are out there either driving around or slinging PS5s to people for $500 that they never
Yeah.
fucking get? Like, I'd rather see it, even if it's not something that is like you ever want to condone or something like that. And as you're telling us today, you're trying to stop people from doing that,
Yeah.
allegedly.
That's been my tone, yeah.
That's been your tone.
Yeah, I mean, that's fucked up. Somebody's
It's
working
fucked up.
hard for their money, and then they're just gonna take it from them. It's not right.
So you think it was fucked up when you were saying, "All right, yeah, it's a red Mazda down there. Tell them that," and then you send them
Nah, that's not
$200 to
fucked
get
up.
pussy.
He shouldn't be paying for pussy. Just go outside. I never felt bad doing that.
That one you were okay.
Yeah, I never felt bad. You feel bad for him?
It's mixed emotions.
It's kind of a
I don't know.
pathetic creature.
Yeah, like what are
Hold
you
on.
doing?
Yeah.
That's like that should be your.
Yes.
You should after that you should be like, all right, I need to be in the
It's
scrub. and get in the
definitely
gym."
different than like I'm trying to get a PS5 or something.
Yeah, that's a
There's
little fucked up.
definitely
Yeah.
something different there.
That guy on the drive home needs to put on a Tony Robbins motivational speech and change his life.
Oh, I would have people like, I would have them go get food too and drop it off at the neighbor's
no.
house. I swear to God, I'd be like, yeah, go to McDonald's. I need a 10-piece with a Sprite. And then after like, so I would either block them and then they would get the picture and leave. Or like one time I rolled up the window and was like, it's a police, you're under arrest. And then they just skirt off the block, go down. Like they put the money in the mailbox. Sometimes if they wanted to pay cash, they put the money out the mailbox and get my food. and
Did
go.
they see you when you did the police thing? Like, did they?
Nah,
turn
it
and
was
look and see-
nighttime. Nah, they didn't see me. I didn't see it. One time there was this one guy in a BMW too, and I think I hit him like 3 times. Like he sent it like 3 times, and he was like, "This is my last. I don't even got gas to get back." He drove like 3 hours, and then I blocked him, and then like he just started banging the steering wheel like this, like he was putting his head like a movie scene, like crying on the steering wheel.
Did you feel bad for this?
No. Why is he paying? No, I don't.
Driving a BMW,
He drove a BMW 3
3
hours,
hours.
spent all his went negative into his bank account to pay for prison.
There's so much going on there. Yeah.
That man needs a Dr. Phil. He does.
You feel bad?
I just feel bad for how miserable.
I feel
that
like them
guy's
same
life
people are
is,
so
but that's-
desperate they're probably like pedophiles too, so I don't feel bad. If you're that
Oh,
desperate,
that's the
I wouldn't
other
put
thing
nothing
you
past
could
them.
run into shit. So did you ever put like girls, like fake girls on there that were underage?
No, no.
That's good.
I would not do that.
But that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're trying to say like
'cause
we're
that's
like
how
a
the
yeah,
Youngsters do it.
if you
They say,
did
"Hey, I'm
that, then it
14."
would be like a fucking pedophile would come in there to see them.
yeah, but I wasn't even thinking of that. Wasn't big like To Catch a Predator and shit like Skeeter Dean would do. That wasn't big. Like, I wasn't even thinking about it, and I didn't care. I just wanted to mess.
You did a video with Chris Hansen, right?
Oh,
crazy.
Chris
What was-
Hansen. Yeah,
what
he's
was
a
that
very interesting character. So we got to go into a house that they had set up with cameras everywhere. There was local PD waiting, and it was just a sting operation. Yeah, and he is a very, I don't want to say neurotic, but he's in the zone. Like he's constantly taking notes on his clipboard. He's kind of practicing his lines, and he shut things down. Like when the person was 20 minutes away, he can't even whisper. Like he just would be like, he's a professional, and this is what he does. So he just wanted everything. He was an operator. Everything was in tip-top shape. And then when the predator comes, that's his entering the UFC cage. He goes in there, like Bruce Buffer announces he's there, and then he strolls in and he does, like that's his thing that he does for the world. And it was just very interesting to see it from 15 feet away, and we heard it on the other side of the wall. Like,
Oh, so you can't see it. Hey guys, if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It's a huge help. Thank you.
we had a monitor
Yeah,
in the
like
room.
closed caption.
Yeah, but like I want to say there was a huge adrenaline rush. I didn't think it was a big deal. I'm like, oh, some turd's gonna come in here talking to a kid. Like, it's not a big deal. But when that guy stepped in, everyone's breath was held, and it was like, shit, I can't believe Chris Hansen is out there doing it right now.
It's crazy.
And it's real. It's actually.
It's just
someone-
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but like you're in the presence of someone who's a legit pedophile.
I don't know what
Well,
to do.
There's a little gray area here. Because here's why I say that. Some of these guys, like they claim, well, hey, the dating profile was 19, and you're only supposed to have adults on this profile, and then somewhere in the cops hook them and say I'm only 14, but then they're too far deep to get out of it. Like they're too horny to back out, and they keep going forward. What I didn't get to see was the communication. Like I don't know how they let them know that they're 14, because some of these guys just seem more sleazy than pedophile. Like some of them, you just look at the guy, and you're like, oh, you do kids because that's all you can get. But there's some guys that are like, it's a 35-year-old man that thinks he's meeting a 19-year-old, and then it's gray area. And I'm not excusing any of this. I'm not trying to apologize for them, but also some of them I think are mentally.
Every game
like,
that I fucking have in my
overshoots and the
library, I've already
autism
went
spectrum
through like
coming in to
20
get
fucking
kids. So it's
times.
like, some of it I do feel a little.
I don't feel no sympathy.
You have to protect the kids no matter what. So put these guys away. But these are guys that just need help. A lot of them are very sad, pathetic.
Well, they're all sad, pathetic. But like the thing is, Tommy, I don't give a fuck like what profile you're looking at, how hot you might think she is. All right.
The second she says she's underage, that's it.
what I'm
Cut it
saying.
off.
you can-
There's
there's
Someone
so many
says
women in the
14,
world.
my phone's getting burned.
A-
Like I'm just like,
100%.
Yeah,
I
literally.
just want to know, to get the leads that they're getting, I would be curious to see what the communication looks like.
They be on that. I feel like
Yeah.
they be on. They know exactly what they're
yeah,
doing.
I'm with Dev here. I'm sure there's a few, like statistically, there's a few who are just this. I mean, obviously there's something wrong with all of them, but there's a few that are like literally, I don't know, like.
Because I guess where I'm
Not
going
all
with the
there.
guy's defense is like, look, the app says 19.
But he knows. They say it multiple times. They don't just say it
Yeah.
once. They never
Yeah.
just say it once. They be like,
Yep.
and then they'll be like, oh, they know what
I
they're
guess
doing.
even think about this. Even a 35-year-old agreeing to go drive through the night and meet up with a 19-year-old, that
It's
itself
crazy.
is still very weird and still like this guy's a little bit.
And like driving.
So
through
I
the
in no
night.
way feel bad for these guys at all. I just think when I see the guys that look for, I'm like, oh man, like he lives in his mom's basement.
But they
and-
still know what they're doing too, though. Yes, they still know what they're doing too. They be knowing, and they'll try to
plus,
play
even,
into
hey,
knowing
a
that
kid still needs to be protected from a
predator.
Yeah, I don't want people to twist your words there. I understand what you're saying. It's just like there's such a clear line there that if you actually like literally are or something like that or mentally.
We're allowed to say that word again, aren't we?
Sorry, bro.
2025, I've heard
You're
it.
not allowed to.
I think so.
It gets demonetized, but
Oh,
you know
so you
what
have
I
to black
mean.
that out?
Like what I was trying to say is like if you literally are mentally challenged, I don't know, maybe there's like some kind of case you can make there, but it's just so clear that like even if you're a dumb person, you're dumb enough to drive through the middle of the night because you think like some 19-year-old's like thirsty for you or something.
There's something going on.
Yeah, what are you doing? Now, what happens after Chris Hansen walks in there and like says, "Take a seat," like, and then the cameras stop after he does like the whole confrontation? Like, do the cops come?
No, they get swarmed right away. So they either get swarmed because the guy tries escaping and the cops swarm him then, or like he does his 5 or 10 minute interview with them and sees how deep he can go with what their motivations are, what's happened in their life, how like just acknowledging how aware they are of how much they would mess someone's life up if they went through.
Okay.
And once he's done with that, then bam, like there's in the bedrooms or rooms next door, like there's 8 or 9 cops just ready to jump in at the slightest thing. If something's about to go off, 8 or 9 guys are jumping in.
You see how some of them be fans of Chris Hansen too.
Oh, that's
Like,
the weirdest.
how
thing.
are you a fan?
Yeah.
They'd be like, I know exactly who you are.
Oh, I love your show. Like you're on the show right now.
And then I like you see the excuses they come up with too. Like I was just coming here to make sure they were all
Oh,
okay.
I was delivering pizza. They said they
Yeah.
were hungry.
Oh, the panic face excuses are nuts, man. Like it's like the peak cringe when you watch guys trying to explain it.
Now,
Yeah.
here's something to think about: is a lot of these people are not. You can't cure them of this.
Right.
Is there just life in prison? Is this a death penalty situation? Because you cannot have these people out lurking.
Should just
when
put 'em on
our
an
kids
island.
are walking around.
I think we needed people like that. We need an island. And just throw them all on an island. And let them
I know of
go
an
off
island that
there.
might be available. I think they
Epstein
moved
Island?
out of it. Yeah.
They should throw all them type of people on that island.
Yeah, because the recidivism.
This
rate
fucking
is-
sucks.
I was talking to a couple experts on this. I think
You know, my mom made a really, really fucking cogent argument back when I was a child, because there was like this whole like the NBC started like the whole Chris Hansen thing, and my mom was like, why don't we just take all the pedophiles and all the murderers and put them on an island and just fucking televise that, and we can use the funds to pay for anything that they did so that we could get recourse, because everybody's okay with like a death fight, right, between 2 fucking irredeemable people.
Yeah,
I was like,
but I don't.
it's kind of fucked up, and I get where the fucking Supreme Court would be like, no, it's not treating these humans with rights, but like at a certain point, somebody's not redeemable. Yeah, I mean, you give them death penalties. Why not just fucking? I mean, we get to make money, and everybody's happy.
Yep. Entertainment for the masses.
Just saying, man. I would definitely watch like 3 or 4 seasons of Dahmer killing people.
I don't think Dahmer would make it that far.
You don't think it would make 3 or 4 seasons?
No, I think he'd probably be dead within the first season. Someone like John Wayne Gacy, though, he would make it that far. But
I
like
don't know,
for
John
Dahmer was only ever like lonely and didn't want to be gay.
I don't know. John Wayne Gacy only killed like kids.
Okay, well maybe not. I'm just thinking like
I
fucking.
think the BTK killer probably would have gone a long way. That was the guy who
Yeah,
had like
people like that, yeah.
like the
Spine
stashes
torture
around.
kills.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah.
I think those guys would go the fucking distance. They'd be like 9 seasons in. Like honestly, if they could survive 10 seasons, They get a place in a prison somewhere. They could.
I think
chill.
if Hitler was there, he'd just be like, "Nine, nine, please don't kill me, nine."
Dude, you think they would have put people from the Nuremberg trials in there? Be like, all right, the Nazi gang's going up against the pedo gang.
Jeez.
Honestly, dude, it would be a TV show I would watch. It'd be better than Survivor.
It'd be like that that show that pits like America's Greatest Warriors against each other, but it's just serial killers.
I mean, that sounds like a good idea.
Once it's in their system, that's what they go for.
So the thing that scared me a little bit, like a couple years ago, was when, and I remember like trying to.
They still
in
don't
my
know what
head
to
be
play.
Like, no, they're not really doing that, and then you start to
Me
see.
neither. So I'm killing time right now trying to figure out what to do.
But when they started to try to like create a term for it, maps. It was,
Oh
like,
my
You do
multiple
that,
maps
I'm gonna
trying
lay
to
down
do
in
it.
bed
Where
and
they
No
were
sit on
way.
my
like, oh
tummy.
yeah,
I never
a
heard
little
that. They're
bit.
trying to
and
make
then
a
I'll get
penalty
up
out
and
of
stretch
it?
Death
my
penalty
tummy,
for
which
the-
feels better.
What?
My tummy hurt. Lay down bed, and then later, like 5 minutes, get up and look for game again.
Okay.
The people that propose that.
they
too.
were trying
But that's too
to like
easy out.
explain it away. Yeah, they're
They
trying
gotta-
to be like, well, it's a disorder.
No, it's
like,
not.
Dude,
How do you like a kid? It's like disgusting.
it's gross. It's like and
And you know,
it's,
some of them like little kids too, right? Like
Oh, yeah.
toddlers and infants.
Yeah.
Like they sell them type of videos and pictures and shit.
it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's literally disgusting.
Those are very
And
dark.
it happens a
rabbit
lot.
hole that
Yes.
is almost too uncomfortable.
Yeah.
To know
It's-
that this is the thing. When I talk to some of the cops in the basement,
Like Red Dead
to
Redemption
realize
2.
when you talk to the guys that
Oh my
chase
god, you scared the fucking shit out of me.
Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. I
What?
didn't mean to get hurt. The hot sauce. Do you get that?
Just a little.
Did he charge you for that?
No, it's gonna be like 25 cents if anything.
Oh, because Sarah wants to get a big one. because she likes
Get a big one then.
Oh shit.
Church
Am I
for it,
stuck
yeah.
here?
$3.50.
Huh?
She said $3.50.
Okay.
Okay, well, I just was wondering. I thought you got it free.
No, you get free small ones.
No, okay.
Let me see what.
I said I'm gonna check to see if my stuff is here, and yeah, I'd be down for Red Dead.
Alright, let me reinstall Red Dead 2 right quick.
I already have it installed.
Yeah, I uninstalled mine long ago.
Cause I'm a psycho. Cause I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. They're approaching with my order, dude.
Nice.
Fuck yeah, man. I got Ice Queen. I got Ice Queen because I think I deserve it.
They act like it's
What color I was gonna say?
Did you just ask what color
flavor?
ice cream?
Yeah, what flavor?
Just give me a second. I'm still reeling from what color ice cream.
Be quiet.
Who's
I
the
caught
color?
myself
What
when I-
color? I like the color.
Whoa. What color ice cream is it? I like
God.
the pink ice cream.
I ordered chocolate brownie, right? Because I had some baller chocolate brownie. They didn't have that, so I got Reese's. You know, I love peanut butter. Peanut butter good.
You know what I always liked from, like, it's a really weird flavor, butter pecan.
Really?
Yeah, butter pecan ice cream is so good.
A couple guys in this town.
Fucking love that shit.
Don't run out of episodes. They just
It is
keep
everywhere though. I don't
catching
think
them.
that's what a lot of people don't like. There's actually like a lot of people that like.
Oh, my groceries are on the front porch. I'll be right back. I gotta put my shit up.
I gotta wait an hour till this downloads anyway.
Oh, I gotta go fucking get my nuts.
course, my fucking headset's dying. I don't know where the charger thing went. Start taking fucking. Oh, it's literally right there. Okay. It's really gonna take like fucking an hour to download.
Still warm. Smells like anxiety and depression. The grocery store is a 3-mile drive, but I'm hungry, so we'll grab lunch the old-fashioned way. Should I start doing ASMR? A human passed through here this morning, 5 of them.
11%.
Are weird like that. I feel like people think it's rare, but it's not. Like there's always somebody in somebody's family like doing some weird shit. Like it's weird, bro. Just being on Telegram, I came across like a lot of weird shit. Bro.
On Telegram?
Yeah,
What kinds of shit?
just weird shit, bro. Like people just be trolling and sending shit. Like I've heard stories, like just being in the atmosphere, like around type of shit. There's a lot of weird people.
Are people just like sending around like? You know
Nah,
what I mean?
I've never had
Illicit-
nothing sent to me, but I've heard
Okay.
stories and shit. Yeah. And like they'll be having like just weird Telegram groups. It's just everywhere. It is everywhere. And people are sick for sure.
Does that surprise you guys? Or to think that it's that widespread? Does that surprise you?
When I first think about it every time, of course it like surprises me because you're like, how could people be like this? And then when you hear about it more and more, you're like, not to get cynical about it, but you're like, well, I guess it's a subset percentage of people that just
Yeah, it's
fucked
always
up.
surprising to me, but I just was so surprised how like common it was.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we definitely walk across like a weird pedophile a couple times a day.
But there's also around the world there's some cultural problems too, and there's one example that I'm telling you, this is
What the fuck? 16%.
You know, dude, fucking goddamn 98 degrees outside. He's gonna die of heat stroke, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take my time."
Now on camera.
He's fucking out there panting. I can see that he's struggling. He's like, "Oh no, I still want to be out here." It's like, no, it's 98 degrees, dude.
A few times, but it's kind of
Hey, bud, do you want to come back inside?
No.
No.
10 more minutes.
I like this.
Another 10 more minutes. And,
I've had
You seem like you're dying there, but no.
like
I feel great.
Weird
Throws
stuff,
up.
normal.
Yeah,
Never better.
like over there, yeah.
They have a phrase. It's disgusting. But the phrase is like, you know, women are for babies and fools are for men. It's a very real thing. Like we've
How
had
does
multiple
Allah
guys in here
think
who have
about- what does he
pulled
think about
guys
that?
off of the kids. Like literally had to physically pull them off.
That is crazy.
It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know how people can even start that. shit.
All right, chat. It's been like 2.5 hours.
That one,
You
when
can
they
give
have
subs now.
science, like,
We've
experiment,
passed that point where you don't have to feel bad anymore
it's
or anything.
because
You
it's
just give
because
subs.
oh, thank God, dude. I was feeling really, I was feeling really self-conscious.
They do this to little kids.
Yeah, no. Go ahead. You can do it now.
Fucking 'em up, yeah.
It's been
That's
2.5
you seen
hours.
that Netflix series.
That's
The Mendez
that's the
brothers?
time limit.
Yeah, it's like it always starts like that. Like it's like the parent does some weird shit to them, and they grow up and do some weird.
What's
shit
up,
to
your boy
somebody else.
Dalen?
Yeah.
On the
Yeah, there
oob
was another-
tubes.
Bustamante was just in here.
On the oob tubes.
Fucked up stuff we ever saw. He was
Over on the oob tubes.
CIA cop still in. But he talks
Anxiety,
about, you meet with,
someone's
like,
watching me.
generals in Africa. Powder and cocaine to make him fucking crazy. And
Did you like my rendition?
they abuse all
Yeah,
that.
it's great.
And I said,
Thank you.
how do
Worked
you,
hard on it.
How do you fix that? Like, how do you break that cycle? And he said, I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble for saying this because it sucks to say.
You know that song? I got a Glock in my Rari.
Kinda do though.
No.
What do you mean? He's like, all of them.
I got a cock in my bumhole.
You feel terrible for the kids. It's all about.
Yeah.
Do
Taking
you?
back shots, no 38.
You know, it gets dark.
I'm like, damn, this cock. Wonder if it's gonna come.
You know, but we got a severe problem here too.
Yeah,
Like,
we should
let's
have
not be pointing fingers everywhere else in the world. Like you said.
That's the worst time to fucking follow me. Oh my god. Thank you for the follow, Sifo.
that map. Yeah,
Thanks
it's
for
like
the follow,
Simpsons
dog.
map. Yeah, they're like everywhere. I be doing that. I looking on it, bro. They're everywhere.
Yeah, no, and it could be the most normal people too.
Ah,
Normal seem-
dude, I
they
figured out
do,
why
they
my
do.
goddamn
I feel like they-
OBS is being
Some
weird.
of them
There's
do.
definitely a profile.
Why?
When he gets caught on Chris Hansen.
When I updated it, it changed my bit rate.
Oh, that might have happened to me too.